Police have confirmed that 8 of Deputy President Paul Mashatile's bodyguards have been suspended following that N1 highway assault. They were served with intention letters last week after they were captured on camera attacking motorists. At the same time, the lawyer for 2 of the victims says the VIP protection unit should be completely disbanded. Ulrich Roux joins us now via our video link for more on this. Great to have you on the program, Ulrich. Thanks very much indeed for making time. I mean, what exactly is the instruction from your clients here?
Good morning. Well, our mandate is to act on behalf of 3 of the 4 victims of the highway assault, and our mandate is to ensure that a criminal prosecution is ensued and that a proper prosecution by the NPA is instituted against these police officials. Subsequent to that, we will then also be exploring a possible civil claim for damages against the police and the Minister Police following this unlawful assault on our clients.
Sure. Help us think through the reasoning behind targeting, for instance, the Minister here.
Well, normally when you sue Ministers of Police for malicious prosecution or unlawful arrest, then you cite the Minister as well as the policeman or the employer of the South African Police Services. So that's a standard within our law. You can also institute a civil claim for damages against the policeman in their personal capacity. And normally you cite the policeman as well as the Minister of Police when you do institute a civil claim for damages against the police.
Right. So in this case, you'd be also going against these officers in their personal capacities too?
Yes, we still need to take instructions. As I just said now, our mandate is to first ensure that a prosecution is ensued and that the NPA does prosecute the matter properly. After the police, or IPID in this instance, the Independent Police Investigative Directorate has investigated the matter, and subsequent to that, we will pursue a damages claim. So there's no clear instructions on that yet, but normally when you do institute a civil claim for damages against the police, you institute that action against the policeman in their private capacity as well as against the Minister of Police.
Got you. You know, there's been so much discussion around whether or not what we've seen captured on camera is enough and is in fact admissible in court. From your experience, and when it comes to the kind of standard, the kind of standards that you'd expect in any kind of legal proceeding, how important is it to find out what happened moments before that assault that we saw on camera? Or do you reckon that's irrelevant?
Well, in a criminal matter, obviously the onus of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt, whereas in a civil matter, it is on a balance of probabilities. So in a criminal matter, all of the relevant evidence should be taken into consideration when a matter is adjudicated upon by a magistrate or a judge in a court of law. In this instance, yes, the video material will be used as evidence and should be used as evidence. It's what we refer to as real evidence. The person who took the video will have to depose to an affidavit confirming the authenticity of the video and obviously how it came about that the video is now in possession of the state and that chain of evidence has been preserved and that the video has not been tampered with. But the statements of the 4 victims of the assault will also form crucial evidence and form a crucial part of the docket in determining exactly what transpired. So their versions, if they are corroborated and they don't contradict each other, should be the most important evidence when the matter does go to trial in a criminal court.
Yeah. Is that person, by the way, known to you, Ulrich, the person who took that video?
No.
Sure. So that sounds to me like it might complicate that affidavit that you spoke about, or is that something that you don't necessarily have to worry about?
No, not whatsoever. It won't complicate it in any way. It is evidence that will be considered. So if it is deemed appropriate by the prosecution to play that video, should the matter go to trial, and it corroborates what is confirmed in the statements, I don't think there's much that can be contradicted. Then there should be no issues pertaining to that. But our mandate at the moment and our focus is to first ensure that IPID carries out that investigation and that our clients cooperate with IPID fully in ensuring that the investigation is properly conducted. And after that, the matter will then be presented to the NPA in order to pursue the prosecution. There's the only defense to this unlawful assault would be one of self-defense, and I think that it is clear when one considers the content of the video, as well as our client's versions, that there was no need for the policeman to act in self-defense. There was no threat that was being imposed upon them. There was no imminent threat, and accordingly their actions cannot be justified, and that will all be set out in the affidavits and the further evidence contained in IPID's docket.
Ulrich Roux, who represents 3 of the victims who were assaulted in that NY highway attack, thanks very much indeed for your time.